divine godly goods, celestial guardians, protectors, divine messengers, and all benevolent beings of light. What do we need to know about this? All you do is win, 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 no matter what. What's up, Galactic Golden Nuggies? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's the vibe? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Movement forward, breaking through binding. We did talk about this a little bit over on YouTube. What binding you may have broken through by stepping into what was destined for you. Individuals that were attempting to deter you from some type of avenue. Back-to-back bars. But whatever you were meant to do, individuals wanted to keep you from taking action upon it so that they could harness the energy from what you were meant to do and what placement in your chart that would open doors to. It's like if individuals didn't want you to obtain some type of partnership, they were attempting to direct you a falsified connection in order to not only break your heart and break you down, but close your heart chakra and keep you from the alignment of a true divine counterpart. From connecting to a true divine counterpart so they could take your place. If you're a singer, individuals wanted to heavily affect your throat chakra, or a truth speaker, a channeler, an intuitive that being a direct extension of the Most High, you are sharing these abilities. Individuals wanted to heavily affect your throat chakra and harness the energy in order to apply your gifts and the destiny that would lead to with you sharing your throat chakra energy with the world to their experience. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Some individuals were harnessing your sacral for creativity, thinking that if they harnessed your creative energy, it would lead them to a legacy. It would lead them to recognition. At arm's length, with the way that just slid on my arm, at arm's length, justice. Clarification on why justice is at arm's length. It's like somebody can't get to you because you're balanced. This is also judgment coming down on individuals that wanted to cause an injustice, but you're receiving justice. Somebody feels like they almost had you at arm's length. Somebody was keeping you at arm's length. It's like reeling you back in. We did talk about this energy over on YouTube. This individual could be a Libra, because justice is Libran energy. So somebody was not fully investing in you. That was a counterfeit. They were attempting to leave you disappointed or break your heart in some way, or betray you in some way to where they were able to fully harness your energy and sacrifice you. Yeah, making you emotional. Pressing you to a cycle of heavier emotions, which would manifest a heavier, lower vibrational timeline for you. My YouTube channel is All Seeing Isis. If you type in All Seeing Isis, it's IFM, but then the little name under it is All Seeing Isis. It is the page with 28,000 Galactic Golden Nuggies on it. I do believe it should be linked to my TikTok. If not, I may need to fix the to siphon your fertility too. You're the true star. I may need to fix my tags or the little link things to TikTok, because sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. With fertility here, especially with the way that I got distracted, somebody wanted to be a distraction so they could siphon your fertility because you are this true star. You are a master manifester, and somebody is a fraud. A fraud. This energy has been parading around as a divine being or as intuitive. They've been parading around as you. This was why this individual or this organization, network, and society is so aggravated by you sharing your gifts, by you awakening others. Why they're so intimidated by you is because you reveal to them the power they don't have, they lack. They got to use other individuals' power. They got to sacrifice other individuals to be powerful. Yeah, this is exactly a con artist. An energetic spiritual con artist parading around in the physical as if they are a divine. This is a damn good mimic too. Whoever this is or whatever group this is somebody that, because of the way their life has been constructed, the way that they have built their life, judgment immediately. They look blessed. This is also somebody that has taken others' content, others' knowing, used others' abilities or others' wisdom, and paraded it around as their own to be seen in a certain way. This is a copycat con artist. Shit, this could even be a sibling that feels like they were supposed to be the chosen one. And this is an individual that needed you to open up to them, and you've closed out cycles. You don't trust not a single one of these motherfuckers that have certain connections that are receiving backlash from these connections for what they had promised would happen to you. What they promised they could get done. These individuals are seeing what... It's like these individuals are seeing this karmic uprise in even their connections. Like, their relationships are messy right now, if they have them. These societies are going through health issues, God's favor over your fertility and abundance. Going through health issues. This is why Spirit said all you do is win, 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 no matter what. When you got God backing you, all you do is win. This is God's grace over your life. Oh, this is so absolutely musky. And I said this over on YouTube too, because that energy was absolutely nefarious. Yes, cherries. Cherries signify abundance. We got cherries on the pants too. I knew there was a reason they had me put this outfit on today. Abundance, fertility. This is like a victory, a recall. We talked about this over on YouTube, a total recall of your energy. You know what's funny? Because I was just joking with my spirit team today where I'm like, damn, we really just skipped over spring into summer. And they just channeled that back to me, what I had been like talking to them about earlier. And they said harvest comes in the summer. So it's like spring is when things are like blooming. They're, starting to open. Like the birds are mating. Like they're starting to conceive and birth babies. But like in the summer is like when you really go out and you're picking your fruits, like shit's done. They're bringing this back up because it's done. Whatever this is with this reclamation of energy. Thank you, Pamela. This total recall of energy, it has put you in a position to be pulling things off of your tree, off of your family tree, your lineage, what has been ordained for you, your bloodline. They're showing me the tree of life. Your ancestral tree of life, what you were destined to inherit at this level. I just got an ad that said repair broken soul. So all fragments of your decision has been made. All fragments of your soul has been called back. All of your energy has been called back. So some of you have exes going through absolute hell and hardship because they built a lifestyle off your energy. You have a karmic familial unit going through hellfire right now because everything they were able to bypass with you around, they're succumbing to now. Health issues, legal issues, financial issues, relationship issues, and all of them are watching you along with this society, these organizations that felt like your prime supply of energy, something about them knowing your bloodline, like knowing the anomaly you are. Like what is meant to come with your bloodline. You being this, it's your inheritance. You being this divine heir. I heard your royalty is showing. Thank you, Spirit. Look what God just said. You being the true star. So this is what you are. All these celebrities, all these politicians, all these individuals with a position of recognition that maintain and obtain that position through sacrificial rituals and group practices and shit. Falsified power. False gods. False stars. All fallen from grace. No wings at all. Just fallen angels. Bald wings. They wings been plucked to fuck. Sorry. bald birds. No wings, no feathers, nothing. You're the true star. So they've all been looking at you the way that all of these celebrities were looking at Aaliyah. All these celebrities were looking at Tupac. That's how they're looking at you. You got this celestial, divine, angelic glow that they have to sacrifice to have. They've got to manipulate and glamorize and consume in order to have. And you have it naturally. You are a true star. And this is what you have inherited, this recognition. And yes, I did say Tupac, because Tupac knew a lot of shit. Tupac spoke on a lot of shit. Tupac had this ethereal, celestial glow. You could see the royalty on Tupac. You could see the royalty on Aaliyah. You could see the royalty on XXXTentacion. You could see light workers. We all would look at Mac Miller. We saw a light worker. Everybody can see this. You can tell when somebody is a pure light. Yup, Lisa Left Eye. When you can tell. You can tell who is Nipsey Hussle. You can tell who holds that light. You can tell who has been ordained for that position. Oh, that was cute. I like that. Yeah, there's a new sheriff in town. And it looks like there's a snake in these individuals' boot. And this is how they're looking at you. You have this natural royalty. You emanate this divinity. And this is something they don't naturally have. Like these organizations, societies, and networks have to group up and participate and pay practitioners to also participate in these ritualistic practices so they can harness this light. Like they're fucking Skeksis from the Dark Crystal. Please tell me y'all have seen that. Oh my god. But if you haven't, you need to go watch the original Dark Crystal. Because that's what we're looking at. We got the Skeksis, we got the Mystics, and then we got the Gelflings. That held a lot of spiritual insight as well. Because, you know, the Skeksis were a split of the Mystics. A Mystic and a Skeksis being put together as a whole. They are a whole being. Where you were birthed from divinity, you hold the duality of darkness and light. But you balance it. You are a master dual being. So you are both a mystic. I won't even say both. You are all. And it's like with the Gelflings, the Skeksis kept entrapping the Gelflings and then sucking the soul out of their face. Draining their essence to consume it in order to obtain immortality. Which is what these individuals have been doing with soul energy. In order to continually reincarnate into a bloodline of prosperity. Recognition, power, and they were using certain puppeteered beings, certain individuals in these positions to continually manipulate the masses into pouring their energy into them and then dispersing it amongst these groups. And you're the true star. You outshine. It's like these individuals are enamored. Yeah, hosting. I won't even say they're like dogs. These societies, these organizations have certain individuals chained to certain contracts. If you don't do what we say, then this is going to happen to your family. This is going to happen to your loved ones. This is going to happen to your money, your stability, your fame. A lot of threats being made. That's another indication of how you know motherfuckers don't truly have power. If you gotta make motherfuckers fear you, if you gotta use others to make an example, if you gotta make an example out of individuals to make others respect you, that's not true power. Because let me go off on a tangent real quick because it pertains to this message. Kali Ma is naturally feared. Kali Ma didn't have to make threats. Kali Ma followed through on some shit. Kali Ma said, I am coming through to handle some shit. Sekhmet didn't have to force fear. Was naturally feared. Where the reason this pertains to you is these individuals had to force fear in order to gain respect and positions of power. You are naturally feared because of your protection, because of the divine's coveting over you, and because of what you've been able to alchemize, what you've been able to eat through. These organizations don't understand you, and they fear you because they don't understand you. You are naturally feared because of the position you've moved into and the knowledge that you hold. And who guides you, who backs you. It's like these organizations, and another thing, these organizations have to hold group ritualistic practices in order to sacrifice and siphon energy. You stand alone. You don't need to do no fucking rituals and sacrifices and whatever, orgy menageries that these little nasties be doing in order to obtain energy. You are naturally gifted. This is another reason why you are feared. Exactly, and why they are fighting over you. Why so many things, why this Ten of Swords has fallen upon their own head. Because what you naturally have gifted to you, what you naturally are, these individuals have to continually, routinely do rituals and sacrifices in order to obtain. While masking themselves in the physical as something divine in order to further glamorize those admiring them. For example, when one of these individuals goes through a backfire, chances are the individuals were fucking with you. But when one of these individuals goes through a backfire that leads them to having health issues, or something that they feel like is too much to bear, they will show a certain front. They will go to those that they know will pour energy into them with a certain facade in order to obtain energy to heal themselves. And the more that we are ascending, the more these individuals are being uncloaked. For example, we talked about this on YouTube. The Pope. As soon as the Pope got hit with the backfire, started getting sick, double pneumonia. All of a sudden, the Pope was like, pray for me. Had thousands of people praying for him. And within days, this individual started to get better. That bombastic criminal side-eye. An individual masking themselves as a prophet, an individual masking themselves as a divine being. But divine beings we are put in positions to where we are miracle healers. And this individual wants to be seen as a miracle healer, but they're using other individuals' energy in order to heal themselves. Because within days of that prayer group outside, the Pope started to get better. Where there have been days that you have been down for the count. You have been incapacitated with what you were alchemizing, and you sat in prayer. And within hours or days, you got better. You were not guided to, you may have been like, hey, best friend, pray for me, but you weren't out here desperately being like, I need prayers, I need help. You can tell when a karmic energy is going through something because they will desperately seek out others' energy. Now, I'm not knocking any light worker that's going through hardship that is asking for assistance, but you can always feel out the difference. You can always, with your discernment and how it's been fine-tuned, you can feel out what individuals are going through by the way they convey it. And this is what I'm picking up on here, is a group and organization, society, that are getting hit with backfires and manipulating others' energy in order to heal themselves. Exactly, you can feel the intention. Well, before you go to anybody else, this is the difference. Before we go to anybody else, I don't know about y'all, but I know before I go to anybody else about anything, I sit in prayer. I go, God, I really need you to help me understand this, because I know that this is for my highest vibrational good, but I need you to not only help me understand this, but help me get through it. Carry me. One pair of footprints in the sand. Carry me. Help me. Show me. Guide me. Where there are certain individuals that will go out and put on a facade, put on a show in order to obtain energy. And I know y'all have seen a lot of celebrities lately doing this shit, where they will go out of their way to get some type of attention by doing something boisterous, doing something out of pocket, in order to gain the attention of those who are not giving it to them. We've seen a lot of individuals in the limelight attempting to rile up the masses. Exactly. Not only shock value, but attempting to emotionally pull on you. Where your intention goes, your energy flows, but there is a lot more energy that flows with an emotional reaction. This is why so many gang stalkers and your karmic familial unit and your ex were desperately trying to put you in Queen of Cups in the reverse or King of Cups in the reverse. Get an emotional reaction out of you. in order to exchange energies with you. A lot of voodoo practitioners, possibly all of them, but a lot of voodoo practitioners will get an emotional reaction out of you, such as sadness, despair, and anger, in order to attach a cord to you, to mess with you, to transfer things to you. Or at least the ones that I've heard about. Because I be keeping up on these videos. The Divine will put these videos on my YouTube or on my TikTok about past voodoo practitioners that are talking about their practices and what they would do in order to affect others. And this is why so many of us have been guided to maintain balance. And again, I know y'all have heard that saying, if somebody else controls your emotions, they control your reality. They have control over you. Exactly. Yes, gotta have emotional regulation. Balance. Now, I'm not saying numb your emotions, but it's about responding and not reacting, addressing this, understanding what part of your shadow this has triggered, and moving through it, healing it, not trying to suppress it, because a lot of these organizations will capitalize off of emotional upheaval. Exactly, emotional intelligence. They will attempt to put you in look at this wisdom, new beginning. They will attempt to put you in a reactive state so that they can amplify that reactive state and puppeteer you how they want you to move. Exactly. This is why so many of us experience reactive abuse. This is what these individuals were attempting to do. But your silence is your power, your balance, your zen, your equilibrium is your power. None of this shit is phasing you. And this even it comes through in distorted love. Because I just talked about over on YouTube, a energy attempting to come through and convey themselves as an unconditionally loving counterpart or connection, when in reality they were just trying to get into your energetic system so that they could siphon from you and tower you because of what they are currently experiencing, what they're going through, and what they're losing. And that energy really chaps my motherfucking ass. It chaps my ass. Because this individual this is the one that kept you at arm's length. This is somebody or a organization that directed this puppeteering individual towards you in order to control you by coming through romantically, coming through as a very tempting, intimate connection, or a very tempting, I don't even like this energy, a very tempting potential. And the reason I say potential is this is somebody that wanted to keep you in a cycle very similar to a catalyst connection you had released. A shadow twin, or even something that your karmic familial unit was doing over you to keep you bound, to keep you from succeeding. Some type of cycle you were stuck in that you later saw it for what it was, binding in roots, when you were no longer around these individuals. There were organizations, we did talk about this over on YouTube, that attempted to do this but amplified it and paid for very skilled, very well-known practitioners to do this, thinking that you would succumb to this, you would fall into temptation by whatever energy this was meant to, by whatever enticing energy this was meant to be. Exactly, soul siphoning. So we got this new beginning, wisdom about a new beginning, and exposure here. And a victory. With this exposure, with what you currently closed out, what you are not allowing in your experience, because you realize temptation is the, hold on, they just corrected me. Because I was going to say, temptation is the devil's way of access, and they corrected me and said, temptation is what the devil uses to knock on your door. It's up to you whether or not you answer. So yes, temptation is the devil's access, but it's like, if you had opened the door on this without asking the Father, your divine team, this would have been you allowing this individual access, but you did not. You looked through the peephole of your soul. You looked through the peephole of your energy and said, what is this? Because something that's meant for me should be amplifying my destiny. Like, it should be making me more excited about my destiny. It should be making me more focused on my destiny. But this feels like it's pulling me away from my destiny. This feels like something that it's trying to get me to focus my attention fully on it than what I should be focused on. And that's the moment your spirit team said, Good job. Exactly, the distraction. Because you saw it for what it was. You turned back and said, this is not supposed to feel like this. An offer from the divine should not be pulling me away from the divine. It shouldn't be putting me in a position to not focus on my mission. It should be making me more excited about focusing on my mission. It should add to the mission, not subtract. So the math ain't mathin'. What is this? And your divine team said, exactly. Don't open the door. Do not let that energy in. It is a temptation. That is a well-dressed demon that wants you to let it in. Whatever this was. And for some of you, it was a falsified counterpart. For some of you, it was a job opportunity that you would have been expending all of your time on this job opportunity that you did not fully love, but were willing to accept because of the pay, instead of focusing on your mission and trusting you would be provided for. This could also be a falsified soul family connection that felt wrong, where an individual wanted to know everything about you.